Vanessa, let's come back to you and, well, Hollywood.
Yes. So Steven Spielberg and the Shoah Foundation launches a project to document I will add there, the alleged unspeakable barbarity of October the 7th. So yes, Hollywood steps into the breach to further shore up the crumbling Israeli propaganda that is day by day being dismantled, as it is by this article in, again, Mondoweiss, so again, an Israeli media outlet, which says that the CNN report claiming sexual violence on October the 7th relied on non-credible witnesses, some with undisclosed ties to the Israeli government. It goes on and it points out in many of its articles at the moment that the authors of various reports are based in Palestine and have requested anonymity in the face of the persecution, violence, and threats from Israeli authorities, which would put them in severe danger. And so the article, then I recommend people go and read the whole article, but the CNN report represents a serious breach of professional conduct, which we detail in this piece. The most concerning aspect of the report is the fact that every single witness and so-called expert in the CNN report proves to be either lacking in credibility or to have ties to Israeli government officials and institutions. A deeper examination of the report shows a series of manipulations and professional failures, including the fact that all the witnesses that the CNN claims to have found were featured in previous reports pitched and coordinated by the Israeli government, calling into question how much original reporting or fact-finding went into the CNN report. Their failure to adhere to professional and ethical standards of responsible journalism also raises questions regarding their possible complicity with a political campaign orchestrated by the Israeli Prime Minister's office to perpetuate unverified claims of mass rape and a larger effort to dehumanize Palestinians in order to justify the ongoing genocide campaign in Gaza. And what I have next is a video with Afshin Rattansi of Going Underground, an interview with Yossi Beilin, the former Israeli justice minister, the former deputy foreign minister. And what I want to point out here before the video plays, it's only an extract from the video. People can watch the whole frame at Going Underground on Rumble, is the fact that Israel has no burden of proof. That is what clearly comes across in this interview. Israel feels no need to provide the world with evidence of the claims that they're making. So let's have a look at this.
10-month babies whom they are keeping for what? For what? Who does something like that? Nobody in the world.
Well, regarding the October the 7th, what do you think of all this information that is slowly coming out, that the sexual crimes were being, evidence was being promoted by this group Zaka? I don't know who that is. It's I understand, founded by a rapist.
Give me a break. Give me a break. I don't want even to argue about it. If people don't believe that these poor women were hit and raped and whatever, I'm not in the situation to prove them that they are wrong. They don't want to believe, so they will not believe. But if the women themselves appeared and said we were raped.
Okay, but
no.
But you know Tuval.
Games.
But what do you make of Tuval Eskapa, from the security team for Kibbutz Be'eri, telling Haaretz Israeli forces killed Israeli Jews on October the 7th? The IDF called for aerial strikes that killed Israelis.
Okay, maybe it is true, and all the 1,200 people who were killed on the 7th of October were killed by Israelis.
But why is that not on... it's actually in the Israeli press, but it's not in the press in the United States.
I believe that it is 100% right. I mean, are you crazy? Please. Enough is enough for the Muammar Akbira. We killed ourselves. We raped ourselves.
No,
we invented something which...
I don't think there was any evidence of rape on either side, isn't it? But there's now evidence that that's coming out.
You know, I don't want to...
Of course. Let's get to ISIS. Let's get to...
in such a debate.
Let's get to ISIS, because you mentioned...
In such a dialogue that somebody, a lunatic in Zaka, believed that there was no rape, that there was no 7th of October, there was not such a subject.
Oh, no, they...
They... behind ISIS.
Sure.
What do you want me to say?
They are cited as the evidence in British newspapers for the evidence for rape taking place in sexual crimes on October the 7th. Clearly. But let's go to Gaza right now. Let's go to Gaza right now. What do you think about Israel's isolation in the international community? Well, there the former deputy...
Yeah, I mean, that's just an extraordinary display. Interesting that Afshin mentioned Zaka, which we talked about on Friday's news last week.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Vanessa.